2023, new year, new me. If you are trying to lose weight in 2023, which is going to be a very, very popular New Year's resolution as it always is, there are some things that I would do differently if you want to make this the year that you actually lose weight and keep it off. The first thing that I would do this year to lose weight is forget everything that you've previously done or tried. If you did some drastic diet last year that you for 8 weeks, and then it wasn't sustainable past that, don't look at doing that again. So don't think, okay, well, I did that for 8 weeks, I lost weight, but I couldn't sustain it, then I gained the weight back, but this time I'll do it for longer and it'll work, or I'll do it forever and it'll work, because it won't, because you won't be able to do it. Forget about anything extreme that you've tried before that has been successful, because it hasn't worked in the past, so it's unlikely to work now. The second thing that I would do this year, change your expectations. And obviously this is going to depend a lot on where you're starting from. If, let's assume your BMI is anywhere close to the mid overweight range, so like 27 or above, let's manage expectations by not expecting to be beach body ready by March, because it's just not going to happen. And the danger about expecting quick results is that you do extreme drastic things, spend a lot of money on them, do crazy things to your body trying to achieve those drastic results, and they don't work. So manage expectations. Make the goal to January 1st, 2024. So give yourself a whole year and make it a realistic goal. Something like losing 10 to 15% of your body weight in the next year, or getting down a dress size or a trouser size or a waist size. We can try and exceed that goal, but let's make the goal realistic. If you're currently 30% body fat and you're going to have six-pack abs by July or in 6 months' time, it's just not going to happen. And that kind of leads me on to the third thing, which is instead of just setting a goal and blindly trying to follow that goal, try and set this year as the year that you identify as somebody who is healthy. The problem with goals is once you hit them, it's very, very easy to be like, yeah, I've achieved it, and then that's it, like end of story, and you go back to your old habits, and it's still like, you think of things as diets and you think of things as weight loss plans, and it's all suggestive that one day you won't be doing that. So rather than being somebody on a diet, an unhealthy person on a diet, which suggests that one day you won't be on that diet, identify as a healthy person. Like, healthy people are just healthy, right? They exist like that. They don't seem to ever restrict themselves. They go out with friends. They can still enjoy a nice evening out, garlic bread after 6 p.m. They just don't seem to have any real problems, healthy people, do they? Let's just identify someone who's healthy. And how do you do that? Well, you do that by making healthier choices. So if you identify someone who, I'm a healthy person, you're not restricting yourself. You're not saying, I can't eat this ever, or I can't have this dessert, or this is my junk day, cheat day, so I'm going to eat everything I can see under the sun. Instead of doing that, think to yourself, well, actually I'm a healthy person. You're not saying, I can't have that packet of biscuits, I'm on a diet. You're saying, yeah, I'll have one biscuit, but I'll stop there because actually I tend to be quite healthy. In 2 days' time, 3 days' time, you can have another couple. Like, it's not a big deal. There's no restriction. But instead of always going for a snack that's unhealthy, maybe sometimes you'll go for an apple and some Greek yogurt, and you'll just make small changes where you just identify as a healthy person that makes a healthy choice instead of an unhealthy choice. Slowly, things that you can do every single day. Easy adjustments to make, because these things, like investments, they build up. You build up a cumulative healthy choices where it eventually gets to a point, and it might not seem like this right now, but eventually gets to a point where you're making almost all healthy choices, and actually 80% of the time you eat really healthily. You won't have to think too much, and you're not going to have to weigh food, you're not going to have to calorie count, because those things are not sustainable, and they're not going to be things that you ever really need to do, because you're not a pro athlete, and you're not going to try to be a professional bodybuilder or a football player, and you don't need to try to get down to 10% body fat, so you don't need to do those things. And that brings me on to the fourth thing that I would do this year. In order to get 1, 2, and 3 to become successful, start altering the way that you eat to manage your hunger. The biggest problems with foods like chocolates, crisps, junk foods, bars, things that have a high amount of calories but they don't make you full, is just that. You're gonna keep eating, you can keep eating. It's very, very easy to eat 4 slices of pizza and not really feel that full. It's easy to eat 4 slices of pizza and then have dessert. As part of the healthy choices and identifying as a healthy person, the main thing that I would suggest is start eating regularly and picking foods that are going to keep you full. And the number one thing you're going to do is pick a protein. You're going to try and increase the amount of protein in your diet. Even if you do no exercise, high protein diets are better for you. That's what most studies show. High protein is going to equal high satiety, i.e. fullness. You're going to feel full. So if you can incorporate a high amount of protein in all your meals, you're going to feel full, you're not going to snack, you're not going to binge, and you're not going to want dessert. If you want to know how extremely well this has worked, I've worked with somebody who all I told them to do is hit 200 grams of protein a day. I put no restrictions on whatever else he could eat. I didn't tell him to calorie count anything else. I didn't tell him to cut out certain types of foods. I told him just, as long as you get your 200 grams of protein, do whatever you like. After 2 weeks, when we saw each other again, he said, actually, by the time I got to the mid-afternoon, late evening, when normally I'd be hungry and snacking after a high carb meal, because I'd eaten so much protein, I actually wasn't that hungry. I was full and I didn't feel like having dessert and I didn't feel like snacking. And then he had so many calories available. He just had a completely normal dinner. He had pasta and he had bread and he had some sauce and he had something to drink with it, and he enjoyed his life, and it was sustainable just purely on incorporating a higher protein diet. He managed to stay full throughout the day, which stopped him from binging and stopped him from snacking. So the fourth thing is, keep your hunger as low as possible by eating regularly and eating high protein meals. By making these small changes slowly, incorporating them day to day, you will be amazed how much you'll have changed in 6 months. And actually, if you do set a numeric goal, you'll probably go way past it. You'll probably soar past it. And this is literally all you need to know. I mean, this is generally the main bulk of what I would do to lose weight. And this is for the average person. But otherwise, best of luck. 2023, it's a new year. Make it a good one. Implement some of these changes and you will see results. And I will see you all very soon.